Hi everyone, my name is Mary and welcome back to Quinn Ink. Today is Saturday and you guessed it, today is Saturday Granny. So today I have a new tutorial for you. Today's tutorial is going to be the solid granny triangle or the granny solid triangle, however you like to say it. And this is what it looks like. It's a really neat an interesting one. You can make a shawl out of it, a blanket, a cardigan, you name it. For this one, you can make a shawl out of it and keep growing it and growing it and growing it. So you keep making row after row until you get the shawl as big as you would like it. Or you can make a bunch of these, make them into a cardigan. You can make a bunch of them and make them into a blanket. Or you can keep going and make a triangular blanket. It's your choice. So now that you know what today's video is going to be, don't forget to scroll down, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe so that way you get more tutorials such as this one and others I will do in the future. Alright, so let's get right into the tools of how to make this. Okay, so the tools that you're going to need to start your solid granny triangle is you're going to need a needle with a large eye hole, any size crochet hook that you desire. I'm using a 5.5 millimeter hook, a pair of scissors to cut your strings, and you're going to need some yarn. I'm using Red Heart Yellow, and I'm also going to be using the same one as we did in the last video, which is going to be the Red Heart Super Saver Jumbo. It is 744 yards and 14 ounces. This is very huge, and it's in the color called Turca, or turquoise. Alrighty, so now that you know the tools, let's get started with making the solid granny triangle. Alrighty, so in order to start the granny solid triangle, we're going to make a slip knot. So I put my yarn over my two fingers like so, and make a loop and put that yarn behind the loop, put my hook through the loop, and I pull nice and tight. And that makes your chain. Now I'm going to do 4 rows with you of the solid granny triangle. Alrighty, so in order to start, we're going to chain 4, so yarn over and pull through, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through. That's 2, 3, and 4. Now that you have your 4 chains, this is going to be row number 1. You're going to go back into that very first chain that you made, yarn over and pull through. Make sure you're holding on to this loop to make that circle, yarn over and pull through to make a slip knot. And yes, we are starting with yellow. You can also start with turquoise if you'd like. Now we're going to chain 1. We're going to make a double crochet into that circle. So yarn over, go into the circle, grab your working yarn, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. And now we're going to chain 1. We're going to go back into that circle for 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and now that you've made that, chain 2, go back into that circle for 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and then now you're going to chain 1, and you're going to go back into that circle for 1 double crochet. And that is the starting of row number 1. Alrighty, so we are back for row number 2 of the solid granny triangle. And you're going to chain 1 and turn your work. and you're going to double crochet into that very first double crochet from the previous round, and then you're going to chain 1 and you're going to double crochet into that very first double crochet right here. Okay, so we're not going to skip over the 3 double crochets that you would normally do and then double crochet into this. You're actually going to double crochet into every stitch, or into all 3 of the stitches, until you get to the chain 2 stitch. Okay, and once you get to the chain 2 spacing, you're going to put 3 double crochets all into that chain 2 spacing. So 1, 2, and 3. Pull your stitches apart, chain 2, and put 3 double crochets back into that chain 2 spacing. Now, what you have to remember about these triangles is that this is half of a square. Okay, so that's what we're making. Now you're going to go back into that next double crochet from the previous round into each of the next 2 stitches. It's actually 3. So you want to double crochet into each of the 3 stitches. Okay, and then you want to chain 1 and double crochet into that very last stitch. And like I said before, if you can't see it, pull your stitches toward you like this until you see that V stitch. And that is how you make round number 2. So these pieces right here, so this top piece is a side, this is a side, and this is a side. If we were making a solid square, like I had shown you in a previous video, this would be a side right here, and this is where you would probably put 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet to make that side. Okay, but we're making a triangle, so these are still our sides, and we still want to make these double crochets and chain 1 stitches, but in the middle we have the solid. Now we're going to move on to round number 3. So we're going to want to grab our scissors and we want to cut our yarn, because I'm going to change to now the turquoise. Yarn over and pull through and tighten. And then we will be working on round number 3. Alrighty, so we are back for round number 3, and I have my turquoise yarn. So we're going to go right into this very first stitch from the previous round, put our yarn onto our hook like this, and pull through. And I'm just going to tie it on. Okay, I'm going to put my hook back into that stitch, and then I'm going to grab my working yarn and pull up a loop, and then I'm going to chain 1 and I'm going to turn my work, and then I'm going to put a double crochet back into that stitch. I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm going to double crochet into that next double crochet right there from the previous round, and into every single stitch until I get to the chain 2 spacing. And if you made it this far into the video, don't forget to scroll down, hit that like button so I know you're enjoying this video, and don't forget to subscribe so that way you can see more videos such as this one and others I will do in the future. Alrighty, so now that you've double crocheted into every single stitch and you've made it to the chain 2 spacing, you're now going to put 3 double crochets all into that chain 2 spacing, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets. And like I stated before, if you can't get into that chain 2 spacing for the next 3 double crochets, just pull your 3 double crochets that you just made apart, and then chain 2, and then put in your 3 more double crochets all into that spacing. The yarn keeps creeping up on me. And then we also have some hair. Once you get all 3 double crochets into that chain 2 spacing, into the very next double crochet, pull these apart so you can see that next double crochet into that next double crochet, and into each of the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 double crochets. And each round you will grow them by 3 stitches per side. So instead of 6, you'll have 7, 8, 9 for the next round. And this will grow your triangle. Once you have put 6 stitches into each of the next 6 double crochets, chain 1, and then put a double crochet into that last double crochet. So don't forget to turn it towards you until you see the V-stitch. Put your hook under that V-stitch, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. And that is going to be round number 3. I will do one more round with you, and then that should be it for the video. All right, so let's get to working on round number 3. Okay, so we are back for round number 3, and now you're going to chain 1 and turn your work, and then you're just going to double crochet into that very first double crochet. You're going to chain 1, double crochet into that next double crochet. So you will skip the chain 1 right here and go into that double crochet. Now you will double crochet into the next 9 stitches. 3, 4, and 9. And like I said, for every round you will grow your sides by 3 stitches. So instead of 9 for the next, so you had 9 for this round, for the next round you will have 10, 11, you'll have 12. So you'll have 12 for the next round, because we're going to put 3 double crochets, chain 2 into this chain 2 space, and 3 double crochets. So again, in this chain 2 space right here, you will put 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 double crochets. Okay, so there's 2 and there's 3. And now you will double crochet into that next double crochet, and you will double crochet 9. Now another suggestion I'm going to make is if you do not want to grow your triangle by 3 extra stitches every round, you can actually put 2 double crochets, chain 2, or you can put 1 double crochet, chain 2, 1 double crochet, and that will just grow it by if you put 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets, that will grow it by 2 stitches each side, and 1 double crochet, chain 2, 1 double crochet will grow it by 1 stitch per side. Once you have reached your 9, once you have double crocheted into your 9, once you have double crocheted into the next 9 double crochets, you're going to chain 1, turn this stitch towards you, and double crochet right into it. Alrighty, and that is how you make the granny solid triangle. You can also start this as a shawl and keep growing and growing and growing. That is another thing you can do with this solid granny triangle. Or you can make a whole bunch of these and make them into a cardigan, a blanket, you name it. Each one of them can go upside down, something like this. So this is the granny triangle, and this one is more open. So you can connect them like this, make a whole bunch, and make it into a blanket. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to scroll down, hit that like button so I know that you enjoyed this video. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos such as this one and others I will do in the future. And until next time, bye-bye everyone.